Hey guys, my name is Chris, and thanks for opening the video. This is actually going to be my first video and the first profile for this channel. So let's kind of get into it. Yesterday I played at the Indianapolis Regional. There were 580 players, which means 10 rounds. I played I played Despia, Dogmatica, and I do believe that it is the best version of the deck. I was very unfortunate and lost round 9 and 10 due to my deck just giving out on me. Round 1 I played against PK Brave. Round 2 was Dinosaurs. Round 3 was Dragon Link. Round 4 was Evil Twins. Round 5 was Sword Soul Tinyi. Round 6 was Based. Round 7 was another Dragon Link. Round 8 was Tri Brigade. And I was 8-0 at this time, losing round 9 to Prank Brave and losing round 10 to Sky Strikers. Round 9 and 10, I absolutely did not have a single play. I did lose, but it was one of those where I just didn't feel like my opponent outplayed me or I made a misplay. I just simply couldn't make a play. So let's kind of cut over to the deck profile. All right, so obviously we played 3 Luber. The starter of the card, it searches any branded spell or trap, which technically means it searches any branded monster because it will open. Because you'll search branded opening, and you can discard a card to search or special any branded monster from the deck. I played 2 Tragedy. I didn't really feel good about this. I wanted to play 3, but I ended up playing 2 because I wanted to play 40 cards. It was more important to me. Played 2 Dramaturge. This card's nuts. Whenever you use it for a fusion material and it gets banished or sent to the graveyard, special summon it. It's a 3,000 monster, and then when a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target a monster your opponent controls and negate its effects. And then Ad Libitum. It's actually probably the most versatile Despia, simply because you can just grab any Despia or any fusion from your graveyard, from your banished pile, when it's used for fusion material. Then I went with, this week, the Edge M Chain lineup. So whenever this is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, so fusion material from the hand, fusion material from the field, or even discarded for super poly or branded opening, you get to search a Frightful Patchwork, and Patchwork searches this and a polymerization. So then the dog lineup was just a Kalasia, Fleur, and Maximus. Maximus was actually the most important card of the event. There was a ruling that ended up taking place that I didn't like. So I'll get into that here in a second. And then for the hand traps, we just played triple Nib and triple Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is the best hand trap in this format right now with the Brave engine, and then Sword Soul is everywhere. Wasn't really sure what the format was going to look like, as this was the first event back, the first IRL Konami event back. So I kind of played it safe, and Ogre would just hit majority of things, and Nibiru as well, trying to stop your opponent from getting out of control, and then just all being light monsters really helped with the fusion aspect. So those 20 monsters. And then I went with 2 field spells. The Glare is killing me. I'm so sorry. And then triple branded opening, and then triple branded in red. I have nothing to say about this. I opened branded in red a lot without any monsters. And I don't want to say it, but I might cut it to 2 to play the 3rd Tragedy. That's probably correct anyway. But other than that, I definitely wouldn't cut to 1 field spell. I like them all at all points in time, honestly. I like knowing that they were there, that it was my option. Triple Super Poly. This card is absolutely nuts. It plays around getting Scythe locked. Draw phase, you'll just end up taking their stuff, or even if they pop their own DPE in their Verte during their turn and they decide to DPE, bring it back in the standby phase, and then hit with Scythe, you can chain the Scythe activation with this. If you have this with branded opening as well, you can put a Despia monster on board during the draw phase, and if you have Super Poly, there's a lot of interactions with it. But this card is definitely needed. Definitely great at board breaking. Then we played the triple Patchwork and the double polymerization. Just help add the consistency to the deck with just giving you a +1, a dark monster to automatically fusion summon and just go off. And then I'm actually going to go here. I'll do the 2 1-ofs first, kind of self-explanatory. Called by the Grave. And then Foolish Sparrow is a 1-card starter. You send Tragedy, and then you search a Luber. Then a Luber gets a summon. Search Branded in red, and you automatically have a start right there. Because then during your opponent's turn, if you don't have anything else, like absolutely nothing, you would just brand it in red during your opponent's turn, return the Tragedy, and then just proceed to fusion summon, and then get a monster off of Tragedy. So like if you have to, and that's it, it's there. And then the 2 of Nadir Servant. So the play here is and has been send Chimera Phlasia, search Maximus, banish Chimera Phlasia. Maximus will send Albion and Titanclad, and then the end phase Titanclad will trigger. You'll special Ecclesia, and Ecclesia will on a separate chain link search Fluor, and then Albion will set branded in red for you. During your opponent's standby phase, Chimera Phlasia should be able to search a polymerization card, which means I'll search Super Poly. It was ruled by a judge that I could do that, and it was ruled by another judge to somebody else that they could not do that. So after I heard that, I just went to the head judge, and the head judge said, okay, well, I am going to rule it for this event that you cannot search off of it if you move Chimera Phlasia from the graveyard. I don't agree with that. I still don't agree with that. The only thing he said that could possibly make sense was because of the new Master Rule update would be the reason why it no longer triggers or holds any value to activate. But the card, when you read the card, it meets the condition. It says, and I quote, I'm sorry, once per turn during the next standby phase after this card was sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 polymerization spell or fusion spell card from your deck to your hand. So the condition has been met. It was sent to the graveyard during the previous turn. You should be able to search it. I will be making sure to ask the head judge at the next event because it definitely depicts the line of play that I'm going to be doing for the deck. So relinquish Anima. It's the level. It's the link 1 normal summon Tragedy. Make this branded in red. Make a fusion. This did come up. I did steal a monster. Dark. I almost didn't play this, but after testing quite a bit, I decided that I would drop a fusion for this card. It wasn't like crazy impressive, but I did need to go into it. So, Triple Masquerade Dragon, easily the most important card in the deck, the extra deck at least. It applies pressure to your opponent very, very fast. Putting 2 of these on board is a massive time clock, and the deck can easily put 2 on board, and standby phase opponent easily put 3 on board. You have 3 of these on board, your opponent can play 4 cards before they can no longer play the game. So it definitely adds up. Your opponent must pay 600 life points to activate card effects. So it's not on resolution. They can't like droplet or chalice it and then they won't pay. It's they have to pay 600 to even activate a card. This card puts a lot of pressure on the board. Double Quarterless. This card's very good against non-fusion decks especially. It's a quick effect during the main phase. You can turn all monsters that are not level 8 or higher fusion monsters to 0 attack, and if your opponent makes this card leave by a card effect, you can special summon a Despia monster from your deck or your hand. So it can get you into another Aluber to search a spell and just keep going if they do out that. And then the boss monster, I summoned this 3 times this past weekend, super polying a Boral Savage and a Herald of Arclight and one of my Despia monsters. It was just game. This card's insane. And then I played 1 Chimera. I had to cut 2 for Dark, and it never came up for two times. So very glad I did that. And the Titan, Albion, and the Chimera Phlasia, and then I don't think I actually sent off of Servant at all, but it is there just in case I needed to. And then Starving Venom and Muddragon for the super poly targets. I will be nice enough to go into the side deck. I don't think it was super great, but it wasn't anything special. Triple Droll, triple Lancia, and then triple Token Collector. Token Collector is by far my favorite hand trap for some reason. I love this card. All pretty self-explanatory. And then I had the one reboot for decks like Eldritch or D-Barrier, things like that. And then triple Cyclone, and then double Twin Twister. So, I don't want to make this a super long outro. I think the video is at 10 minutes already. I don't really want it to be much longer than that. So, like I said, more will be coming to the channel. More content will be coming. I am doing tons of giveaways via Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So make sure you are on board with those so you can get the latest updates and what I'm going to be giving away and when I'm going to be giving away. At the recording of this video, I am giving away a box of DR1, a sealed box of DR1, Dark Revelations 1. And you guys have pushed me over 2,000 followers on Twitter. So that giveaway is now live. I will be doing that Friday, I believe April 1st. Live on Twitch. You do not have to be following me, or you don't have to be in the live stream. I am just simply doing the giveaway on stream for just for proof of the giveaway. So thank you guys very much, and I'm gonna get out of here.